1 minute to the start of the race. "45 seconds to the start of the race. "30 seconds to the start of the race. "15 seconds to the start of the race.
Pilot ready? Yes. Jetzt sieht das bei dir aus? Kannst du kurz vorne noch checken hier? Passt alles? Passt ganz aus, ja. So wie es gesprochen haben, Rolf, oder? Ja. Bei dir passt alles? All pilots ready? Yes. Okay, so countdown.
Pilots, arm your quads. All pilots are finished. Drone 3 done. The race is completed. Up next, race number
Test. 1, 2, 3.
Ich weiß gar nicht, warum die wegen dem Wetter jetzt so eine Panik machen. Ich sehe auf meinen Wetter-Apps da, also morgen ja, aber jetzt ist alles weit vorbei. Könnte kommen. Aber es ist Donnerstag war wahrscheinlich schon was. Ja, aber ist auch besser
Weil wenn der Sturm kommt, geht man für den Park vorbei. Wenn du meine Tasche einfach zusammenpacken musst, dann ich glaube, es wäre sinnvoll, wenn man es irgendwo legt. Ja. Aber ich werde wahrscheinlich nachher ja.
1 minute to the start of the race. "45 seconds to the start of the race. "30 seconds to the start of the race.
No, not yet.
Alright, pilots are getting ready, putting their quads down.
15 seconds to the start of the race.
Yeah.
One pilot has an issue, needs to replug his quad. No, we're waiting on a pilot. We're waiting on a pilot. There's one pilot missing. I see Burner. I see Scorp. They're starting to get ready. Let's see. Scorp is deploying pilot out in the field. He's gonna fix something on his quad. Coming back.
Okay. Pilot ready? Yep.
Scorp cannot participate, his quad doesn't work. Pilots are getting ready. You are ready to go.
Okay. You ready? Yes. Here we go.
Pilots, arm your quads.
And there we go. Through the first gate. Scorp here was one of the top qualifiers, so there's a real chance now opening for every pilot to advance. You can see, Freeman knocked himself out there, actually being quite far ahead. And now, he's back, but with really bad video. He needs to really speed up to get back in it and flying through the pain there. No, he didn't crash out. It's just like his video is really bad. He is in the lead with horrific video. And Tix Baguette is second. And Burner doesn't make it. Goes down in the loser bracket. Phenoman and Trix Baguette make it to the next winners
The
bracket.
race is completed. Up next, race number 3.
So now Dorian, nothing missing, Evan Green, and Adam Pastewka.
So next up is Patisse, NZM, Super Evan and Split. The pilots are getting ready, setting up their quads. And in about a minute or two,
Start of the race.
we should start the race to get going.
"45 seconds to the start of the race.
Yes. All. Overcharge. Just discharge. Have our roll. Can discharge. Oh, overcharge is roll.
30 seconds to the
Was
start
machen wir
of the
jetzt? Er ist
race.
overcharge. 425. Du lernst 425? Ja. 4259. Ja, ist drüber. Er will das hammern, bis es runter ist.
15 seconds to the start of the race.
Meine Entscheidung, okay? Aber. Oh Mann, ey. Nee.
So Amsterdam's pack was over voltage. He powered up the quad, flew a little bit, however, so it's now significantly low. He is under the limit. He has a little bit of a disadvantage because he wanted to get close to the limits, but not over it. So now he has to live with a lower pack. But in the end of the day, really, it doesn't really matter that much. And PAI should take care that this doesn't happen. Alright, Amsterdam is here. There's another guy having issues. Alright, we go to the race cam. They look ready. Alright.
Pilots, arm your quads.
And off we go. Immediately we have issues at the gate, but I think it was in the gate, not in front of the gate. Amsterdam is out. And Split also was in the crash. He has now to really speed up to get back in position. Pastis made the better of it, leading ahead in first position. Super Evan in second. The first and the second is going to the next finish bracket, so it's really important to be second. There's about 5 elements difference between Split and Super Evan, but Split is out, trying really hard to get into second position. Now, if they're gonna just finish off the race easy, advance, and be in the winner brackets. Awesome jobs by Pastis, keeping cool, just doing his thing, going from A to B, and not fucking up.
Up next, race number 4.
Alright, next up is Fitzsimmons, Yuki, Bear Racer, and Tope. Pilots are getting ready. Bear is currently heading to the pilot stand, to the race stands, putting down his drones. That's already in place. I think Tope had some problems with his props. Hopefully he can get it fixed or has a replacement drone so he can start, because it's freaked out and wanted to go on its own. That's usually a bad thing. You want to be in control of your drone, not the drone in control of you. Let's see if he can fix it. He tries again.
30 seconds to the start of the race.
Let's see if we can get it a little bit. No, Bear is in the way. Sadly, we can't see. Alright, looks like it didn't freak out. Everybody is approaching again to it. They're all a little bit scared.
15 seconds to the start of the race.
And fifth tips comes, being late. Alright. Pilots are getting ready. Alright. His buddy waiting, places down the quad, checks is everything good. Let's see if he has prop spin. We don't see image. Let's hope this all works out. All right, pilots look to be ready. Goggles are down. It's gonna start soon.
Pilots.
No image yet from Fipstips. I hope he gets his image soon. And off we go. Yuki is going into the lead, followed by Tope and Bear Racer in third. Let's see if Bear Racer can actually catch up. Fipstips is apparently flying, but on a different channel than the assigned one, because he still has goggles down, but he does not get tracked, and that's probably a really big negative for him. All right, so Yuki is leading, nice and precise, doing his thing, and there is some tracking now for Fipstips. It looks like he's in third, but he didn't manage to get ahead of Tope, and Bear Racer finishes third.
Pilots are finished. Drone 3 done. The race is completed.
All right, this is the race. Yuki is advancing, Tope is advancing, Fipstips and Bear Racer is going down to the losers bracket.
Up next, race number 5.
Next up is race number 5, and there we see Reap, FPV, Pavelos, Assassin, and Chirp FPV. No, not Assassin, Avician. Avician. I guess he's French. Let's see.
One minute to the start of the race. "45 seconds to the start of the race. 30 seconds to the start of the race. "15 seconds to the start of the race.
Pilot? Or you a helper? You must go in front. Okay, but helper must in front.
Pilot ready? Yes.
All right, pilots are getting ready. There's only 3 pilots so far in the stand. All right, I think we're getting to racing very soon. One pilot has issues with his goggles.
He's on the wrong channel. You're wrong channel. Martin, you are M4.
One of the pilots was on the wrong channel.
Okay, Chainley sind jetzt aktuell. Habt ihr alle Bild?
Mach mal was live und mit Frühling. Mach mal live und dann Frühling.
Up next, race number 6.
And now Jonas Bergella, sworn from his Herzlichen, Alexander Pottinger and David Patzek.
1 minute to the start of the race. "45 seconds to the start of the race. Seconds to the start of the race.
Bah ouais, tu shoots avec quelqu'un.
15 seconds to the start of the race.
Alright, pilots are getting ready, goggles are down. And soon we will start here with Yaru, Akka, Sparkle and Bajo.
Plan is ready! Okay. Countdown.
Pilots, arm your quads.
And off we go. Bajo had an issue there. The VTX went off just as it was about to start. That's of course very annoying for him. And here Yaru taking the lead far ahead with Sparkle second, followed quite closely from Aqua. Aqua has a good chance here to take him over. It goes into the cockpit. They're really close and close. They're one element from each other. Into the Dutch 8. Start seal. They're like neck on neck. This is a really good fight that they're giving us. No meters. They stay away from each other, and yet they're battling for every second. Now Sparkle is a little bit ahead. It's like 2 gates ahead, and he makes it. Nice fight. Akka went a little bit far. There maybe have some contact or some prop push that gives him not the ideal line, make him drop down. Batcher dropping down as well with his VTX not working. Yaru and Sparkle, of course, advancing and going to the next round. And it looks like Bajo was launching, but he probably was in pit mode and couldn't recover from there.
Race number 7.
Next up is race 7 with Raiden Mojo, Arvin FPV and Bibu.
Yeah, you were like side by side. like every time I entered the podium, I was seeing
45 seconds to the start of the race.
I was so stressed. And I heard the judge at some point, but you two don't like, over there, see so.
30 seconds to the start of the race.
But you don't have to be at the same time, so you shouldn't know where I like he gave me just one thing, go first, and then... Yeah.
15 seconds to the start of the race.
Was? Glaub schon. Okay, ja, nicht. Ich merke, weil es runter, du slitsch und nicht disqualifiziert.
Warst du zweite Runde dabei?
Good luck, everyone.
Alright, pilots are all at their seats, goggles are down. Yes, we're starting to get ready for the race.
Pilots, arm your quads.
And off we go into the first lap. Mojo was really pushing there, but made an error. Looks like right now Bivu is leading everybody. And this is followed by Arvin and... No, Mojo is leading. Mojo is leading. Despite his little tangle there. But there he goes down. Raiden is fighting through the tunnel, has issues there. Now Bivo in the lead, followed by Arvin. Arvin only needs the second place, so he needs ahead. As one quad has real proper issues, really loud. And Bivo and Arvin, if we make it through, Raiden goes down. He probably had the quad with the issues, saves his motors. He's gonna go down to lose his bracket anyway. Safe for Mojo, leading everybody and then pushing really hard. And in the Dutch 8, he got knocked out into the element. So we see Arvin and Bivo up in the winner bracket. But next gonna be Firefly, Marvin Shepner, Leon Fire, and Scave.
Beim Start und kommt der kurz beziehungsweise zu spät. I don't want to change the
1 minute to the start of the race. "45 seconds to the start of the race. "30 seconds to the start of the race.
Drei Rundenflieger, gell? 3 Runden.
15 seconds to the start of the race.
Alright, pilots are back. Of course, from Leon Fire, the support person is still putting down the quad. I think he's coming back right now. Soon we're gonna start. Everybody's getting ready.
Okay, dann kommt der Countdown für euch.
Pilots, arm your quads.
Right, we get into race position and off we go. Oh, we have a mid-air directly in the gate. Neon Fire got knocked out there. That's a sad way to end the race for her. Let's see who is in the lead. This is Marvin Scheppner going through the Dutch 8 into his first lap in the lead, but there he also has issues. Scave on the chase for him. He was really close already on the start finish. Still Marvin Scheppner is in the lead. He is pushing to get some more distance between him and Scave, although the real fight is of course for the second place. Here, Neon Fire is still up in the air. She just has bad video. I did not see that. Looks like she pushed really hard and is now reading in Scave. So Marvin Scheppner got it through.
Round 4 done. The race is complete.
And Leon Fire, despite her issue in the initial thing, is through. I think it miscounted her because she may have turtled and triggered the gate, so it's most likely she didn't finish second. She actually finished first. Yeah, first is Marvin Scheppner, and second is Leon Fire, third is Scave, and fourth is Leon Fire. I'm not sure if I see this right. Maybe I'm wrong here. Rain is starting to come in. We have bad weather coming in. We were afraid of this, but if there is, it's gonna be just a short while for us, and then we're gonna wait out the weather and resume as soon as it's possible to race again. But I think right now it's not yet an issue for pilots. I just can hear a little bit of a rainy sound.
War schon ohne das Limit wahrscheinlich vom Akku dann. Ja, aber er hat auch nichts gesagt.
Pilots are back, starting to settle down. This is the first of the loser brackets. We are through all the initial heats of the winners bracket and are now in race number 9, first losers bracket with Nesso, Burner, Leon Fire and Scorp. So yes, I was...
Up next, race number 9.
Alles ready?
No, Livio FPO, not Leon Fire. Leon Fire is just a spotter. That's why I'm a little bit confused, so yeah.
Pilots,
And we're getting ready.
arm your quads.
And off we go. Let's see, after this field is settling out a little bit. Scorp here in the lead, followed by Leander. And Burner on the chase for second place. Leander has a little bit of a rear distance, but Burner is trying hard to get that down. And he's like now 3 elements behind. Leander has a really good pace and starting to pull away from Burner, who is trying to get back on him, but is gonna be a really hard thing. As Scorp finishes the race in first, and no, in second, and Leander is actually first. And Burner in third, and Nesso is fourth.
The race is completed.
Sorry, this is not Leander, this was Livio FPV. The next group of pilots is going to the race stand. We will see NZM, Bear Racer, Split and Flip Tips in Heat 10.
The runner for the Heat 9 was Timothy and Felix. So and now we
Up
continue with
next, race number 10.
race number 10. Abraham Fassberger, Nasir Tüssil, Philipp Johnsen and Arthur Pooley.
So I think the last pilot for this heat is urging the race stands. Bear Racer putting down his drone, getting ready to start.
5 spotters for pilot? Drinks? You help or spotter? So you have to go out. Sorry.
Just
Ja, alles gut, aber ich will ja nicht rumbrüllen, wenn sie anfangen.
and pilots are back,
1 minute to
starting to sit down. This is, of course, the last chance for these guys. Be second or be out.
start of the race.
Pilots are getting ready. We don't have one. And off we go into the races. This is going to be a close one. We already had some prop contact there. Let's see how it settles out. They're currently all through the tunnel into the Dutch 8 and going to the first finish. And we see Bear Racer in the lead, but there he has in the tower some struggles. I don't think, yeah, the others did catch him up, so he's now in last. And now Split managed to put it in the lead, followed up by NZM, but closely followed by Flipstips. That needs to push really hard to get back his position. But Bear is not out. He also is there. Oh, and Flipstips has an issue there and goes into the ground trying to finish. And there's one quad just annihilated itself right next to the race stand, trying to be second or be out. But according to our current standings, it's gone through is NZM and Split, while Bear and Flipstips is out.
All pilots are finished. Up next, race number 11.
And next, Lukas, Pavel Stark, Alexander Bondinger, Jonas Bagenda.
One minute to the start of the race. 45 seconds to the start of the race.
And the pilots are almost back, starting to sit down, get ready for the race.
Seconds to the start of the race.
Just for this. Alles?
15 seconds to the start of the race.
All pilots ready?
Pilots seem to be ready. Starting to get into launch mode.
Ready? Okay, countdown.
Pilots, arm your quads.
And off we go. Kaju was there with issues on the race train. Pavelos in the lead, going really strong, angling up really high to get a good start. And Aka has some issues there with Naomi. He's looking at the ground. Maybe he can turtle back in. He's gonna try, but as it looks like now, the two pilots are still in the air. Just need to finish off a cool and safe finish, save their quads, because they're gonna advance into the next bracket, as there is no advantage of being first. It's just about first to position, advance into the losers bracket, so more having another chance to actually go to the finals and win the race. And here Pavelos finishes solid without any issue, and Avesian as second.
The race is completed. Up next, race number 12.
Schluss, hey! Fertig! Schluss! Runter vom Feld! Geräumt!
And we interrupt the race for bad race condition. The weather is getting too severe. We're pausing right now.
Small, yeah. There comes a small thunder, so please take care that you are safe. Keep your hands.
Bis zur nächsten Böe.
Ja, bei dem was schlau ist, ich sag meistens nur was Dummes. Was schlau ist.
Das ist immer gut. Da muss ja heute zwei reden.
Nee, er hat was Schlaues in Bezug auf.
And in 3 minutes we continue with the round number 12.
All right, the track is repaired. We are getting ready back to race. There's gonna be a little bit of rain coming in. Our meteorology specialist, Nicho, informed us that there's a high potential for slight rain, but we keep trucking on. Let's get this going. The pilots are ready, they're hot, they want to be the fastest.
In half an hour.
And we're gonna show the world who's boss and who's the fastest in FAI Aichtal.
Schau mal in den FAI Sporting Rules nach. Respect, Community, miteinander. Es gibt diese Regeln. Schau rein, dann haben wir einen. Unsportliches Verhalten. Das war definitiv gesprochen.
Ins Universum spielt er gerne.
Ich glaube, das ist wie du sowas abgewinnst. Das ist du kannst den Prozess, Leute schauen gleich zu, während du nichts tust. 6. Aber ich sehe wahrscheinlich damit halt Leute, die mehr Erfahrung haben vielleicht. Aber oder auch so damit halt ein paar Leute oder die sehr gut. Oh ja, klar, das lass jetzt gleich auf. Ja. Bei Champs haben wir ja auch. Ich war da einen Tag krank. Der Champs, war dann in der wieder heim, aber dann ist Fieber. Nach dem Sport. Genau, ich gefallen ist im Sport, so der Alltag, so jetzt einfach weil, genau, und am nächsten Tag war ich da. Also es war auch aber es war schon wirklich. Das war der Bass.
Machen wir das bitte noch einer zu?
Micha, was mit dem Kameramann?
Jens? Mach bitte noch einer zu.
Micha, was mit dem Kameramann?
Imitiert ihn einfach. Egal, wenn er stirbt. Kameramann ist auch.
All right, pilots are ready. They're sitting down.
Ready? Yes. Countdown is coming.
And we are about to rerun this race. And there we go, off we go. And after the first prelims, we have a really close race here on our hands. Already the first contact, more contacts, but Mojo seems to be up and ahead, above the rest. Scave is following him, but the real battle is gonna be for second place. Oh no, actually Raiden is in second here, and Scave is quite far behind, like 5 elements. He really needs to pick up the pace. No, Wofly, we cannot see Wofly, sadly. He flies on a different channel than is Mark. He's currently going into the tower, so Raiden has plenty of space, like 10 elements, and gonna take here
Drone 1 done.
the pickup.
Drone 4 done.
Going on in the losers bracket with Mojo and Raiden, while Scave and Firefly are out. But they gave it a all,
Finished.
tried really hard.
Drone
Scave even tried so hard that he destroyed the tower in the race before. Which was indeed impressive.
I think it was mostly the
Up next, race number. One minute to the start of the race. "45 seconds to the start of the race. "30 seconds to the start of the race. "15 seconds to the start of the race.
And the pilot is coming back, starting to sit down, getting ready for the race.
Sorgt mal dafür, dass die Leute rausgehen, was sie verloren haben. Sorry, too much people. All pilots, ready? Yes. Pilots, Kilian? Ready? Ready? Yeah. Okay. Countdown.
Pilots, arm your quads.
Again, we don't have the third screen, sadly. But off we go. Let's see what this race brings us. It's Kilian in the lead, followed by Phenomen and 3DPD. And I can see Tricks on another stream. Kilian strongly in the lead. Phenomen now going into the tunnel, followed by PD in the tunnel. PD FPV is like 3 gates behind. He really needs to push now in order to continue moving on in the winner's bracket, but he crashes out. That's an area that he's not gonna make the timer on there, giving Tricks maybe a chance to still be ahead, but no. This is the race. Kilian wins, and Phenomen is second. Trinks did go past PD to the area, but they're still gonna go down into losers bracket, while Kilian and Phenomen go up in the winners.
Up next, race number 14.
Next race, Florian, Steven, Yuki, and Noah.
1 minute to the start of the race.
Ist genauso.
45 seconds to the start of the race. "30 seconds to the start of the race. "15 seconds to the start of the race.
Die meiste Zeit nur Aichtal passt drauf. Die meiste Zeit ist es so.
All right, the pilots are coming back. Starting to get seated down with the spotters, and we are about to get this race going.
Pilots? Pilots ready? Countdown is coming.
There we go.
Pilots, arm your quads.
And off we go into the first heat. And we had a little bit of a touch there in the tower. Always a danger moment, but Yuki clearly ahead. Followed by Tope with a big lead. And yeah, Super Evan just knocking himself out, and Pasty is trying to get for second. He needs to catch up about 3 gates. He just came into the third lap. Now it's all Tope, but Tope is just, they're really close. And Pasties makes an error. And Tope can carry on the bump up into the winners. When is this? Let's check.
The race is completed.
They're gonna bump up into
Semi-final.
the semi-final. Yes, but which one? It's race 23.
Up next,
And now we gonna have the next race to see who is gonna join them there in the next race. And the pilot's gonna be Leon FPV, Marvin Shepard, Arvin FPV, and Biwu. No?
Time to prepare quads or something. You can just go and do that. We have spotters here.
Wrong on me. We were just in race 14, not race 15. We're gonna go for race 15, of course, with FPV, Yayu, Spraggle, and Chirp FPV.
1 minute to the start of the race.
Pilots are setting up the quads, making sure everything works. Everybody is allowed to have one support person with him.
45 seconds to the start of the race.
Let's look at their
30
feeds.
seconds to the start of the
Looks
race.
like that looks good. I start to sit down, getting ready with their spotters.
"15 seconds to the start
And we're
of the
probably
race.
just a few seconds away from the race start. Race up and look if everybody is ready. See a clear sign for readiness. And there we are ready for it to start. No pre-angling, going for a straight start of the blocks. Yayu here ahead, already out of the tower, followed by Spraggle, and Chub FPV nails his squad there in the tower, which will not recover, and Real FP really needs to have a really strong pace now to get Spraggle, the second one, in order to stay in the winner's bracket, because he is an entire tower behind. Spraggle already in a triple, going into the tunnel, and the Dutch 8, but he goes really high, has a big error, but also Real also has errors in the tunnel. That was a great opportunity there. Spraggle is struggling. He's now third. He needs to pick up again. He thought that he didn't get
big lead and almost crashed.
But he's into the triple. And Real is into the final, and he made it. That's sad, right? Clearly, Spraggle wasn't sure if he made his element, was checking again, doing additional turns. If he just corrected it from going high into the 8 and just carried on, there was a good chance to win. But with this, Real takes it, corrects his error in the tunnel, and makes a clean lap to get for second. So we will see them now in the half final, and we will see who joins them in race 16. And there now we have Pivo, Arvin FPV, Marvin Shepper, and Leon on fire.
One minute to the start of the race. "45 seconds to the start of the race. "30 seconds to the start of the race.
Das hat jetzt voll nicht erreicht.
15 seconds to the start of the race.
All right, pilots are coming back, getting ready to race. Do we have Pivo? I think Pivo is in pit mode, so we can't see him yet. We also don't see it on the spotter monitor. He's going to show up as soon as he's ready for the start. No angling again. They all want to go straight from the block.
Countdown is coming.
Pilots, arm your quads.
There. The angle in. And off we go. Marvin with a strong start here. Marv FPV. But there's air contact for Arvin FPV. He struggles on the ground, needs to recover quickly to get back into the air. He is back flying, but his motor sounds so good. Like another issue there. This gives the opportunity for Bivu and Leon to take this from him. Bivu in second, Livu in third. Bivu has a huge advantage over the rest.
Last lap.
Yeah, the Arvin squad doesn't sound really good. Like, even if he pushes now, it's probably not going to make it. It's also not really fast, clearly struggling there. But Bivo nailed the inside of the gate. Let's hope he actually made it through. If he bounced off, like the outside, this may actually not count. We need to see where he dropped. Hopefully he was through.
All pilots are finished. Drone 3 done. The race is completed.
And so far, the voices say that he's through. And I see quad pilots in the landings area and not in front of the gate. So there's a very good chance he's through.
There's also the possibility that Bivo missed the gate in his first round, so we're gonna have to check the replay for this.
Ooh, that's a big upset for him. That's a nail biter then. So this, of course, gives Leon on fire the chance to still continue. But now it's up to the judges to see if there was any error or clear the race and give him the bump up.
One minute to the start of the race.
They're still reviewing the footage, but the next batch of pilots are getting ready. They can always start the heat while the race admins are checking.
45 seconds to the start of the race.
Getting prepared, ready for the next race.
Seconds to the start of the race.
Seems like they've identified something. They're discussing about what it is.
So Bivo didn't make a mistake in his first round, and he made the finish gate.
So Bivo is up. He just looked dodgy, cleared it in the DVR, was valid, ready to go. So Bivo carries on. Hopefully his squad is not entirely wrecked, because that sounded very deadly. Hopefully it was a battery disconnected, but it's
more than one piece.
That yes. So hopefully he has another quad ready to go. FAI rules allow you to have 3 quads ready for the entire event. So hopefully he didn't destroy yet too many quads. There weren't too many qualifyings, so he should have another 2 to go back on and be there in the semifinals. But now the pilots are ready for. This is the losers. Yeah, the top of the quarterfinals of losers. Mojo here is running out, putting up a quad, I think, for a score for his buddy there. Getting it ready, last quad to go, and then we are ready. We have here Levio FPV, Scorp, Trink Spaghetti, PD FPV. Alright, let's see if we have image. Looks like. Alright.
The countdown is coming.
Yes, there we go. Image is ready.
Arm your quads.
And off we go. Oh, that's clearly here the quad of Scorp slightly different than he thought it was. Going high, then flat where he wants to be fast. But he recovered. Leon was really fast, but now he's out and out on the tower. Didn't make it. Who is our first? Scorp is actually in the lead, followed by Trix. But who is third? Trying to get back into second position to not be eliminated. PDFPV. But in the triple loop, having an error there. On the chase. Leon FPV was still far behind with Scorp in second place. Oh no, he makes a big error. Oh, he's in the wires. This now makes it guaranteed that there's gonna be position 3 or 4 that we currently see gonna be second. It's probably gonna be PED if he doesn't make an error. And he goes through and he's up in second position after Trink Spaghetti. And Levio FPV can now smoothly finish his run, not destroy his squad, clearly seeing they are doing some free start, being happy that his squad is alive, even though he's out since he's in the loser's bracket. A little bit sad for Scorp. He had a huge lead.
Yeah, he almost missed the start gate at the beginning.
Yeah, I
Then
think
he made a mistake at the tower.
Race number 18.
there was probably.
Still in second place.
I feel like there was some issues with the quad. Maybe another quad was brought up, slightly different settings, slightly not the thing that he was flying, and he just launched high instead of fully forward. But he recovered from that. Got a huge advantage, but then he got it into the tower, which is dangerous because so many have fallen to the tower already, and also the tower has fallen on itself. Right now, though, I think the tower is winning. Even though it's down for 1, I think it has already a few pilots, like 3 or 4 down. And let's see, the pilots are getting ready for the next one. It's NZM, Split, Pastis, and Super Evan. We see a Super Evan here running to the race block, getting his quad ready. Gonna see him frame right now. While the rest of the pilots already coming back.
45 seconds to the start of the race.
Checking the image. Yeah, we can see them pop up and gone again. There is one on the wrong channel, Super Evan. This should not be the channel he's on, I think. At least I would be surprised.
Start of the race.
Should be a race pen. Should be race pen 7.
All right, let's go to the race view. We have him here on the image. Oh yeah, there he is changing it.
Yeah.
Let's pick him up here on 7. I think he has a quad that like doesn't automatically sets, and he needs to do it in the VTX settings. There we go. Change it to right channel, puts it down.
It's the whole event.
Yeah, I've seen a few times like him not being on at the beginning, but he's coming back, and we are getting ready to race here.
All pilots ready?
Pilots are ready. Goggles are down.
Countdown is coming.
Pilots, arm your quads.
Pilots are going into launch mode. There we go, and off we go. And that's really close. And NZM and Pallis, we are close to close. Pallis is now ahead.
Mid-air.
Followed by NZM and Split. Behind it, Super Evan got through the chaos as well and took second place. So Split is second there, third now, trying to chase here Super Evan.
Big lead for Baptiste.
Yeah, he needs.
But Super Evan is hot on his trail.
Now, NZM and Split are back to back, and they bumped into each other.
That was really quick.
Yeah, Super Evan takes the first one, brings it back, but NZM and Split had in the Judge 7 had an issue there. They were really close in the tunnel, even though they actually, like, this fight was nice, but it didn't matter that much because it was for third and fourth. There's still, like, there's position, right? 3 and 4th does matter, but they wouldn't have a chance to go up. However, we will see. Let's see.
Split NZM and...
No, this didn't update yet. Huh?
Oh, okay.
We see Six Baguette and PD FPV. Oh, it didn't yet commit. I think we see it. Super Evan was first, and I think it was Patisse second. And they will be in the semi-final of... No, not the semi-final, the... How's it even called?
The bump up.
The bump up. The next bump up in the losers bracket. And we go to another loser bracket, race 19. Which
Semi-final of the losers bracket.
No, it's not, because there is gonna be additional pilots coming.
Yeah, okay.
So this is the weird part about double eliminations. There's like very simple. There's like 4 races in the semifinals, because there's first the losers battling out in the semifinals, and then they get joined by the losers from the winners semifinal, doing like a second round of semifinals. And we are currently in the initial round of losers bracket semifinals, or not the semifinals, like who gets to get there. So, race number 19, we have here Sproggle FPV, Pavelos, Avasian, and Chirp. It's interesting that we see Pavelos. He was really unlucky in his first race. Immediately going to the losers bracket, he really wants to go into a way higher position. He has the skill and he has the qualifying to go there. He is well known and he is the current multi-GP champ. So this is a hard one for him because he needs to push and win, but also have the nerves. And all the other pilots are ready, as we have seen. Whenever there's somebody who had an error, the other pilots were ready to pick up.
I hope this video is better than what we are seeing, because this is really bad.
Pavelos had, for the entire day, bad image. There was also, during qualifying, he and Yayu both had bad images. And carried on.
Yeah, it looks good. You can fly.
It's getting better, but clearly there is something not right. And he made an error. That's not good. But he has the skill to carry on. He currently overtook Sproggle again. But Chirp is in the lead, but second place is all he needs. He doesn't need to push it too hard. Just keep it as a second place, that's fine. He is, although neck on neck though, that's a very dangerous game they're playing. Chirp, FPV and Pavelos side by side. Now Pavelos is in the lead and Chirp is following him. Sproggle far behind and Assassin. Again, Avasian again. The tower, man, the tower got him.
Really close. That was really close between Pavelos and Chirp FPV.
Yeah, that was an impressive race by both of them, especially since staying this close together and not annihilating each other is such a hard thing. But it was also very dangerous of them. They had plenty of gates advantage. They could have just taken it easy.
One and two to the next
and separated for a gate.
But he was pushing for first.
Yes, Chirp didn't want Pavelos to just breeze on by the big name, and he showed some skill. There was some nice flying, but Pavelos prevails. While Sproggle and Avasian sadly out, and Chirp FPV also gonna continue. So now we are in the last heat of the losers brackets, and afterwards we're gonna go back to winners bracket. I think even
Up next, race number 20.
To the semifinals of the winner brackets. And here we have Raiden, Mojo, Arvin FPV, and Leon Fire.
15 Minuten lang.
We just checked the weather radar. There's a new rain coming, but if there's rain coming and if we can just hunker down and wait it over, we just will. But see, the estimate is like hours, not minutes. It's like 11, like an hour of rain. That would not be good. That is too long for us to continue doing it. But until then, for now, we have another heat. We will be racing, and we came quite far. We are currently in race number 20 out of 30. 10 more races to go. 2/3 we did today. There we look. Look at him, Michael, our race organizer, being beautiful.
The most attractive race organizer you can ever have.
Yes, and the smartest.
His skill.
45 seconds.
There's nobody who can run events like Markgraf.
That is without
The
question.
efficiency
But also,
and the precision, there's nobody who can beat those two guys.
yes, they're an amazing team. They deliver like no other team. All right, we go to the
That's actually one of the reasons why so many pilots are showing up here, because they know this will be like a real top tier event.
Yeah, and we've seen like so much international interest. We are really impressed and thankful that we have such a huge assortment of extremely good pilots here. We have some drama here. That tower takes another victim. Raiden FPV goes down on the tower, but also Leon Fire does not have an image.
He had a really good start. He was really close.
Yeah.
He wasn't fourth, but he was really just chasing them.
But now the race is pretty much over.
Yeah, Mojo is just moving along, and Arvin isn't pushing that much.
Yeah, you can see that
Be a
they're.
real easy cruise for both of them.
To be fair though, it's still pretty fast.
Yeah.
And Mojo also
They are
doesn't have
cruising
to.
really fast. You can clearly see they are just
All
cruising.
pilots are finished.
But Mojo's video is not the best. He in the Judge 7, it's not that nice. All right, that was the last one out of the losers bracket. And now we carry on to the first semifinals of the winners bracket with Phenomen, Killian FPV, Yuki, and Taupe. And this is gonna be a race. Killian and Yuki,
21.
let's hope they can keep their ego and just
Take 1 and 2.
take 1 and 2 like that.
They don't need to win both.
That is the expected outcome. To be fair, they're both well-renowned pilots, and here we can see Yuki sprinting to the race band, coming from the right here. They have the pace. The other pilots, though, being in the position, they're not slow. Hey,
I will put my drink here. Just
yeah,
sure.
don't worry, man.
How's everything going? Okay.
So that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to give your opinion about this event
Yeah,
so far? Are you enjoying it?
I'm spotting.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah, don't worry, man. Do your race. All right, pilots are getting ready, plugging in their quads.
1
Checking if
minute to the
everything is
start of
ready.
the race.
There is Yuki actually cleaning his lens. Smart guy, smart guy. Make sure that we have seen some out of focus and unclean quads going into the first lap.
Might
45
already been
seconds
some
to the
drops of
start
rain.
the
I don't
race.
know. I think in the next few minutes it will start.
Yeah, let's hope that we get all the time we can.
Yeah.
But pilots are quick on the pickup,
30 seconds to the start
not a lot of delays, and we're really racing through this race. All right, let's go to the race view. Pilots are seated. They're ready.
All pilots ready?
15 seconds to the start of the race.
Countdown is coming.
Pilots, arm your quads.
And off we go.
Back again.
Oh, Phenomen has a midair. Yeah, and Yuki putting himself ahead there of Killian, really fast and clean. While Phenomen and Taupe are really close to each other, but they're quite far off of Killian and Yuki. So
Yuki's still in the lead.
if Yuki and Killian don't
It's not a
make an
big
error,
lead. It's very close. But they can basically cruise to the end. And Yuki takes the win.
that is an impressive
Killian.
time. That is
That was really
superb
impressive.
racing of Yuki and smart racing of Killian.
Yes.
Not push too
Both
much.
of them just played it really cool.
Yeah. Just be on the pickup.
Delivered what they had to deliver, and not more and not less.
They saw that they can, in the first lap, put like 4 or 5 gates in between them and the rest of the field, keeping it cool. Freeman tried to catch up, but the tower, man, it was too much.
Race number 22.
The tower takes his victims. And we have the first people for the winners final. It's going to be Yuki and Killian. And we move on to the second race of the winners semifinal, which is going to be FPV, Yayu, Marvin Shepner, and Bivu. And here also we can see 2 clear favorites, 2 well-known names, Marvin Shepner and Yayu. But FPV and Bivu, they're not here for nothing.
No.
They're here to take
won't
blood.
give up without a fight.
That's for sure. Now we will see. It's not an easy battle, as we have seen, and we have
Anything can happen during a race, especially with this tower.
that tower is a danger to everybody, and sometimes to itself. All right, we're just about a minute away from the race starting. We see the first quads plugged in, getting checked. The first pilot is coming back here.
45 seconds to the start of the race.
Oh, he's jumping. That's good. That's always a good sign, being in good spirits.
Yeah, I think getting this far in this race should always be a sign
30 seconds to the start of the race.
that you're doing something right.
Oh, actually,
So
I missed. This is the wrong heat. We are still in the losers bracket because we are now interleaving. This is actually race 22 of the losers bracket. This is not the top contenders, right? This is Tricks bracket, PDFPV, Super Evan, and
15
Pasties.
seconds to the start of the race.
I think there just dropped down was Super Evan and Pasties, joined from the winners of the losers bracket, which was PDFPV and Trinks Baguette.
It's the other one. These are pop-ups.
Yeah. And so let's go to the live FPV feeds as the pilots sit down.
There's still one pilot missing.
Yeah, we have still one. Do we have him?
Yeah.
He's coming back. He's asking for something.
I think this is like only a French heat that we're running right now.
No, Super Evan is not.
Ah, okay.
Maybe he is. I actually do not know.
I think that this is like a solely French heat.
A very good chance. The French pilots really showed their best. They're coming in
They brought their
strong.
best.
They're without question.
Really good pilots over here.
And like storming the hills here.
Yeah.
Like there's a very good chance that we're gonna see a French,
Finally, yeah. That's
not just on the podium,
Yeah.
but on the top there. If not even more. Also coming here with a trainer for the French team. But it's not the only trainer that I've seen. I've seen some other European countries bringing their trainer with them, which is always a nice thing to see
Pilots,
for the sports in
arm
general.
your quads.
And there we go. Now we go into the first gate, into the first turn, up that tower. And we start to see some separation. How is it going to settle out? You can see Pastis here already through the Dutch 8 and has his first level lap in. Trinks Baguette is the second and PDFPV third. PDFPV, although it's not separated enough that he's immediately in a combat there, but he mid-airs and goes down. But Trinks is still up and can recover. But where is Super Evan? Did he
take second place.
he took the opportunity there of more than a second, and now Trix actually needs to catch up again, but he was slowing down in the tower, which was surprising, almost like he wanted to keep it safe there. But no, Super Evan there,
All pilots
taking the opportunity,
drone
being a little bit
feedback.
behind the field from the mid-air and taking the second. Which is a little bit sad for Trinks, right? He was in the lead, and then, but he wasn't fast enough to separate from PD. That he was coming in hot and fast, and that's the thing, right? We saw earlier today, like two pilots back to back over half the track, not crashing to each other. That's impressive work, and it's so easy if you want to take over somebody that you not only take the other guys but also yourself down.
Already complaints from the race director because of the celebration and the freestyle on the track.
There's always.
Yeah, they always have to jump in to keep everything in order again.
But this is also in FA. It's really important.
Yeah.
Too much celebration will be punished.
Yeah.
We have actually seen international contests where quite severe punishment for lots of choice. Although in general we fairly
are
approve of
actually
choice.
very happy that the French guys are bringing so much energy and so
Yes.
much joy to this race, and we are really happy for them to celebrate here. But it's in the rules, so yeah, they have to step in if it gets out of hand.
Yeah, yesterday during the Street League race, they showed into the public viewing area and they were giving it all. They pushed hard.
They bought everything.
They
bought
didn't
their
care.
Fan base. They bought the best pilots. They bought the best fans.
And they were the hype train on the track, right?
They brought the best mood. Yeah.
Yeah. Amazing guys, amazing guys.
It's
Funny
really
dudes.
delight to have them over here.
Yes. Cherish them. All right. Pilots are coming back. Let's see if there's another guy. We still have two people out. And now we actually back to the winners bracket. This is the last one for the semifinals of the winners bracket, deciding who is the last two guys who gets into the finalists. Not the finalists.
15 seconds
This
to the
is
start of
no, this is semifinals, but who gets to get into the finals with Kellyanne and Yuki? And we have, of course, there Yayu, Real FPV, Marvin Shepard, and Bivu. With Yayu and Marvin Shepner, strong contenders there. But again, we've seen a kind of
be exciting.
We've seen a few races, right, where there were some two pilots that were, let's say, a statistical favorite. But this does not make them safe.
Really strong starters in this race. So I'm really looking who's gonna win the start.
And you need to carry it home. The hard part is carrying it home. Doesn't matter how good on average you are. It does matter how good you ride now in the race. And off we go into the first lap.
Yeah. Oh, Marvin has always started really strong, but something went wrong.
Yeah,
he's in a mid-air.
He's on the ground.
He had a really great start.
That's really sad for him. But this is exactly the opportunity there. And Bivu in the tunnel also nosediving there. And we have two alive pilots.
I think Gaio already took out some pace. He's just cruising.
Yeah, and he is also quite the lead, independent of that, on Real. And now Real also is starting to cruise. Taking it safe, don't destroy your quads. Just get on to the winners final. And there we have Yayu over the, and Real FPV to the shade and finished. Nice done. Keeping it cool, keeping it real FPV.
Yeah.
Really nice. And I said and for Marvin Shepner and also Bivu. I think he was again destroyed by the tower. Or was no, it was the tunnel. He actually knocked into the top of the tunnel.
I don't know what happened to Marv. Might have been a mid-air or it was the tower that took him.
Yeah, the tower is dangerous. And now we are back with Pavelos in the losers bracket, who fights there for his life. Like he's gonna have the most packs flown in the pros because his path through this bracket is not easy. If he can make it to the final, which he clearly wants to, and we cheer him on. He is a strong favorite, and let's hope he can make it. But now, as he continues forward, the people he has against him, they're not easy anymore. These are not pushovers. Chirp FPV, Mojo, Arvin FPV, the current ranking German champion. But in recent events,
Mojo was qualifying really strong this race. He put in some really fast times.
He was impressive in qualifying, no question asked. But now he has to convert it in the race, and that's the tricky part. And since everybody is here in the losers bracket, they all already had some issues converting it into a victory, including Pavelos. So it is a nurse game, not just a skill game. And sometimes a little bit of luck. But whoever carries on here will actually meet the winners, the losers of the last race, Marvin Shepard and Bivu, in order to go to the final of the losers bracket. Right,
15 seconds to the start
pilots are
of the
taking the
race.
seats.
All pilots ready? Yeah. Countdown is coming.
Pavelos' feet is still shit.
Arm your quads.
I don't know how he can fly, but maybe he likes it that way.
Yeah, maybe it makes him faster. He likes the nose. But there again, contact immediately. I think that was Pavelos and Mojo on the climb up. But
Really buggy start for Pavelos.
yeah, but
He's still in the lead.
Chirp FPV there also knocked down on the ground.
Really big.
And his motor didn't sound so well. He gave up. No, he tries to turtle. Really bad image, but who is in the second? Arvin currently in second. And Mojo in third.
Pavelos, big mistake in the power loop, big mistake. But I think it doesn't matter. He can recover.
Yeah, in the last step, now they're really close though. And now it's again that they don't knock each other out. They have a good lead over Mojo. They just need to bring it home into the last corners. They're actually, Pavelos, smart of him. He took out the pace, let Arvin the lead to make sure that he carries on. Smart flying of him, really smart flying.
Yeah.
And Mojo finished third, and Chip
He had the
FPV.
lead, then some big mistakes. Took him back to second.
Yeah, there was, again, it's
But
the
he had
nerves.
the nerves to bring it home.
And he had the nerves in the moment where Arvin was close to him because of the service to say, no, go, it's fine. You take the lead, I go second,
Yes.
I'm gonna continue, I want to go to that final. And so far, he's on his way. All right, and now we come to one of the races I love the most. The winner's bracket final. Because unlike the final, where third place, most people are kind of happy being on the podium, being third. That's kind of nice. In the winner's bracket, you are the loser in third. So we will see a hot race for sure. We have 3 pilots who, without a question, with their international renown, they want to carry on. But only 2 of them will.
Yeah.
It's not going to be 3. And real FPV, he will be ready there. If they knock each other out, he will take their place.
Yeah.
He does not have mercy for them. And then we will see who can make
Let's see
this.
what you and Killian are doing.
Killian had a really strategic race just before. Yuki, on the other side, he was just a rocket ship through the entire event. He just was going fast. And there's like, he has all the chances. And he also was stable and safe, which is impressive. It's not easy.
To the start of the race.
But Yayu, he's no slouch either, right? And now we have the 2 French guys battling out against each other. They probably have done this many, many times in practice again. And now they're looking at each other
15 seconds to the start
side by side on the race stage, going again, surrounded by Yuki and Real. To answer the question, who gets to be
So, pilots are
into the
ready.
final? Yayu is still
Slight
walking
rain
to.
starting. I hope we can finish this heat.
Yeah, we have a little bit of rain starting, but I think for this heat we will be good.
Flying, so we better start quick.
Yeah, we are 25 out of 30 races to go.
You could
Yeah.
see the lightning.
That's
on the camera feed.
a very cinematic, and there it rolls in.
That's the
That's-
perfect background for the big
that-
one that we are waiting
this-
for. That
this
is the
is-
scenery that we were waiting for. Now we want
Absolutely.
to see a firework.
This is cinema. All right, pilots are ready.
Pilots, arm your quads.
And off we go, first lap. Let's see who's taking the lead.
Killian had a really fast start. You could see from the other pilot's feed how he just shot through the starting gate.
But Yuki just, again, like a rocket, taking the lead. And already gaining some separation. But now it's a question, who is in lead for the second? And currently it's Killian. But Yayu is trying to push really hard, but he makes errors.
Killian
That's the nerve.
in the lead again.
Oh yeah, Yuki, they're struggling. He didn't know he was flying correctly. Checking there again, doing set to set.
Mid-air for Killian, and he
Drone 2
Yuki made it.
Drone 4
Yuki made it.
mid-air with Yuki. Killian just finished second.
That was, thank God they came through, even though they touched, because Yuki was,
That
he was
was a
struggling,
great-
but he
great
was
fun.
also
That was
struggling
great
in an
fun. Yeah, yeah.
impressive speed, like going left to right on a gate in the time that other people try to like just go straight. That is just impressive, man.
Yeah, so the recovery after the mid-air, just impressive what these guys are showing.
Yeah, totally deserved. Yuki and Killian
skill.
going to the finals. Yayu.
Finish the final, the rain is starting, everybody's rushing to
Yeah, and we're gonna,
get a spot from the track.
and I'm gonna grab the microphone.
Yes, please grab the microphone, bring everything back into the dry. I think we won't be able to finish the last race for today. I think that will be the end for today. Because the weather forecast shows, yeah, this will be another hour of rain.
Yeah, there's probably
So
no
that
chance
will
for
be
us
the
to
end
continue.
of the day. But we're hoping on more racing tomorrow.
Yeah, for now, hold on. Actually, let's put this into the thing. Thank you guys all for watching, whoever was out there, if you were watching. No, you can- and yeah, this was a nice race, but now it's raining. So we will be out for now. Continuing on tomorrow. We have still 5 races to go. That's plenty of fun, plenty of joy. But these guys really brought the A game. Really lovely to see. And we off. Thank you guys. See you soon. Ja, das packst du nicht daran heute, ne? Das siehst, wenn du dein siehst, mein Level ist jetzt hier.
Ja, okay, passt.
Ja.
It looks like we are going to see some action again because the rain stopped and the next race will start in 2 minutes.
Yeah, getting the FPV
Already
feeds back up.
having the pilots on the stand, getting the quads on the stand.
Seid ihr Spotter? Macht ihr Spotter? Ja, ansonsten bitte bleibt da stehen, aber wir können auch spotten. Der ist auf jeden Fall schon
2 minutes to the start of the race.
Ja, wen? Oder ist egal?
Alright.
Die Kameraleute sowas. Warum der Alex hier zuschauen will, weißt du? Series im Fernsehen.
And the pilots are coming back, getting ready. And lower the volume of my mic there.
Okay, so currently up 2P or 2P, Super Evan, Pastis, and Phenomen.
Yeah,
We are
coming.
very sorry for pronunciation of the French names.
Yeah, they're
We
hard on the German tongue.
We apologize in advance for getting them wrong, but we try our best. Next time you should actually let us know how to pronounce your names.
Alright, the call for ready is out. Let's see.
All pilots ready? Yep. Yes. Countdown is coming.
And we are starting.
Arm your quads.
And off we go.
Really great start for 2P, but there's some mistakes in the tower. Pastis already in the tunnel into the Dutch A,
And
he
Fivon
takes
just knocked himself out there
takes the lead.
in P3 according to the first pass through. And Super Evan also having the Rainbow Road. So only 2 pilots in the air, they're all both gonna advance.
Yeah,
if they
an
make
easy
their
one for
current
2P.
lap, and
Now
they
you
did.
just have to keep his nerves, don't make a mistake.
Yeah, they should just take it slow, take it safe,
Only
keep the
2
quad.
pilots in the race.
But Pastis really has bad video. He should check his squad for the next race. But keep the nerves, keep on rolling,
The race is
and
completed.
they're gonna advance to the finals of loser bracket.
It was a great start and a great chase.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, 2 pilots took them out themselves.
yeah, it's a little bit sad if pilots take him out themselves. But yeah. Right. And next up, we have the second race of the semi-finals of the loser bracket. Race 27 out of 30. We are getting really close to finding the last qualifying race, which will be this losers final, and then there everybody who gets to be in the final gets decided. But still, until there, one race to go, which is this one. Coming down from the winners bracket is Marvin Schepner and Bivu, and coming up from the last losers bracket is Arvin and Pavelos. Pavelos, who has a long path through the losers bracket behind him, really strategic flying to stay in the race. But now
1 minute to the start
there's
of the
Marvin.
race.
Yeah, and it's gonna be on. I mean, it always is, but I think that's gonna be really a tough one. I hope that this
45
time
seconds to the start of the race.
Marvin Schepner doesn't have the unfortunate to again be like struck initially from the get-go, and he actually gets to go and show what he has and does his race and finish clean.
30 seconds to the start of the race.
Pilots are sitting down. And we should be
15
about.
seconds to the start of the race.
Pilots are ready.
Countdown is coming.
Pilots, arm your quads.
And off we go into the first lap.
Arvin had a great start.
Marvin and Pavelos head-to-head going to the tunnel. Closely also followed by Arvin.
It's really close.
Yeah, it's a triple fight right there. They're
Oh,
still
big mistake
sharing the
from
same
Pavelos.
game.
Arvin
Yes.
taking the lead.
Yeah, that's now Pavelos has to push and get back to Marvin Shepard, because Arvin is he's now second. Marvin actually took the lead. And Pavelos is on the hunt. He's really pushing. You can see that. Ooh, that was a close one for the tunnel. Pushing. And he
Drone 4
didn't
done.
make it, sadly.
All pilots are finished.
He really tried there.
Drone 2 done.
But the Dutch
The race
8
is
got him.
completed.
Actually dropped down to fourth. Bivu was on the chase as well, making full advantage of Pavelos' errors. This ends here for Pavelos. He fought hard. It's always rough having this many heats to continue on.
Race number
And this is
38.
exactly the heat. There were 3 wide, gate to gate for half the track. And out of the 3, he made the first error and the other just moved on. And separated, kept it clean, and moving on. Hold on. I don't think those positions are currently correct there. All right, let's see. And we go
Start of the race.
actually to the pre-stage of the losers brackets final, because this one is the final amongst the losers, and then we're gonna race with the people coming from the winners bracket. Ich muss mal schnell. Ich sehe, ich bin beiden. Machst mal einen Test?
Ja, passt.
Ja, wo die unteren dann zusammengefügt werden.
Yeah, now the time in between heats is going to be longer, because as we can see, Marvin and Arvin are immediately back to back in the next race.
Yeah, they both had damage during the race, so they need to change the propellers.
They also change the batteries. There's always enough time to make sure the quad's in full functional order. They can, of course, switch to a different quad. There's up to 3 quads allowed in FAI, but usually pilots prefer to stay on the winning quad. The quad they know, the quad they love, and the quad they hope doesn't get taken away from them from the tower. Should we do some small talk
Yeah, Luca actually is with us, and he is a pilot who himself made contact with the tower many times. Luca, what is your opinion about this great tower in this race?
Yeah, I think today the tower destroyed 2 of my motors. I'm not 100% sure if it also destroyed the first one, but the second one it hit really hard, and Scave knocked the tower. So I couldn't finish my second lipo on the same final.
It was in your heat, right? Where
Yes.
you were with Scave, where Scave got revenge for all the quads lost, and he knocked over the tower, giving us probably by then N-1 for the tower.
Yes. And everybody was like, yo, you have to land, and I thought it's something worse than a fire happened, so I landed like it's really bad.
Yeah,
But then it was just a tower.
I think people were just impressed.
Yeah.
Which, to be honest, it was quite impressive.
Yeah.
But to the amazing team here and all the pilots chipping in, we got the tower re-erected in it all its beauty, in it all its warmth, in it all that it is. Still being there, still terrifying every pilot here. Including
It's
me.
amazing. To the start positions.
Yeah, the first pilots are running out. Actually running out
Running pretty fast out.
alone. Let's see. As we will see him in view just shortly. We have camera stuck.
Yeah, I think it's still raining, so you should keep an eye on your
Yeah, I think our camera is stuck there. Now it's just ambience.
Yeah, okay.
We want back.
Yeah, that's actually not the
The current state, it's way darker and moodier. Let's see if we can poke it to get it working again. There we go.
Okay, we have our camera back. You can see that the conditions changed slightly. It is a little bit darker. And it is raining, but only slightly. We can keep racing.
And while I see it, shout out to our sponsors, also giving us cool giveaway prizes to Champion and Tattoo, which are amazing sponsors for this race. And of course,
Yes, we had a big giveaway when today we gave away stuff to almost every pilot on this track, so nobody went home empty-handed. We had gifts for every pilot. And that was really great from Gemfan and Tattoo, providing us with here a lot of stuff that we can give to all our pilots.
Yeah, making our fast pilots even faster with new and insane props and new and powerful batteries.
Yeah, they even brought many chargers. I saw many chargers getting distributed to the pilots, and I saw happy faces with new chargers.
Yeah. And there was also a prototype shown here on the stand, which is really interesting. There's going to be another version. The prototype was a balanced lead charger with 8 ports. And there's going to probably be a 6S version.
Yes,
but
I heard that the other one will have 6 ports and will charge through the balance lead on 6S. We are ready to start the race.
Back to the race. Pilots are ready.
Pilots, arm your quads.
And
2P again, really great start.
Pasties immediately gets eaten by the tower. No, actually by the reverse split S.
Marvin Shepard is down.
Yeah, he has
Arvin
not
and
have
2P
luck.
are just cruising.
Yeah, Arvin is making sure that he
2P
doesn't.
is just trying to hit every gate, but you gotta be careful. It has happened to many pilots who are just try to cruise back home that they made a mistake because flying slow is not what they are used to. So sometimes flying too slow can really take a big toll on your quad and your race.
Drum 1 done.
And break your line. But looks like Arvin managed to make it fine. Also Tope reducing the speed.
Yes, everybody in this heat is a pro, though we are not expecting any mistakes from them.
And it's a bit of an upset for Marvin, right? He beat out Pavelas in the last one, and now he's out here. Although, of course, he took good pilots, but more with Pasties and Marvin both are out
Race
with
number
a crash, which is
29.
usually the most annoying way to go out. But all the better for the other pilots, Arvin and who was the second one? Bivu. No, this was the Topé. Moving on to the second to last race that we will see today. The finals of the loser bracket. This is, we're having a second chance, and now it's the last race, or is it on?
We are going to decide who will go up against Killian FPV and Yuki in the finals.
Yeah. Let's see as the pilots prepare.
Will it be Yayu? Will it be Real FPV? Will it be Arvin? Or will it be Topé?
4 minutes to the start of the
But
race.
There's a slight break because the pilots who were racing just now have to change props, getting
and
the
battery.
quads back.
And it's for Arvin, that's his third heat back to back.
Yes, I think he should be really prepared.
Yes. But then again,
There are no excuses now.
he was also keeping it slow, keeping it safe. So the last line he took was a safe one and not a full race one. Usually that's for most pilots, they like the advantage of having back-to-back races, although they're usually annoyed to be in the position to have this opportunity
Yes, yes.
because it usually meant back qualifying or in a double
But
elimination already a lost
changing
race.
props, charging the batteries always can put some stress on the pilot. So we will see how this turns out, how everybody can cope with this pressure.
But looks like Wolf, Arvin instead, and what's it called
3
again?
minutes to the start of the race.
Personal assistant
Personal
and
assistant.
quad keeper, I would call him.
Quad keeper, that's a good name.
Yeah.
Already with the race quad. And now the first pilots are starting to head out. Yeah, you there with his spotter. Interesting. Yeah, you.
But actually, when you see those two, he's actually just more sort of emotional support standing back right now because he lets him do most of the stuff himself.
Yeah.
He's not like carrying his quads, charging his packs, changing his props. He's just there to make sure he's there, but he just lets Arvin run his own race.
Yeah. But you can see the difference in the purchase of the pilots, right? Yayu, confident, but with one quad because he knows it's the right one.
Yes.
Arvin, having a backup quad with him just in case. Always be ready. You don't want to sit there and have to put
2
down your
minutes
quad
to the start
as
of the
not
race.
working and lose the race before the race. Always have a second quad ready.
Always good to come prepared to the starting grid.
And I think, I'm not sure if this is Topé or Re. I think this is Re FPV. He had some last minute adjustment here, going out on the green to put his quad down, and I think we're still waiting on Topé.
But since this is getting dark, the LED action is actually coming to shine. I can see some really pretty quads going up on the starting grid.
Yeah.
And I'm really looking forward to see them in the dark.
Yeah, Topé is also heading out now, and that is actually, it makes it really beautiful. With this beautiful stadium light we get here, the pilots still have plenty of light. That is still really good to fly. So it shouldn't be a big disadvantage.
Das Stream wieder.
Natürlich.
Geil. Habt ihr alles wieder aufgebaut?
Natürlich.
Of the race.
All right. So, pilots are putting their quads down, checking everything. We can see the first FPV feeds coming in.
45 seconds to the start of the
Alvin, du
race.
bist F2!
The pilots should know where the channels is and everything because they're awesome team.
I think they
here
are doing
at-
some technical checks
yeah.
and making sure that the battery
Start of the
voltage
race.
is correct.
Yes,
That
because
every part on the quad is still a registered quad because you only have 3 quads that you have to maintain through all of this race. You cannot change your quads. The quads will be
15
marked at the
seconds to the
beginning
start
of the race, and the race director is making sure that every quad is up to the rules.
yeah. Also, we had this in one of the first heats where Amsterdam showed up with slightly, but nevertheless overcharged packed, and he then participated in hovering it down just to be there. But after this, all the other pilots were compliant and did just charge it to the right amount, which, to be honest, it does not make a huge difference.
I think for 3 laps it should be alright if you don't overcharge your packs.
Yes, since we race this exact track tomorrow for the German Championship with 4 laps.
Yes.
And I think we had one pilot today do 9 laps on a single pack on it. Although, to be fair, this pack was done afterwards. This was not a smart move, but sometimes a battery pack has to die just to stay 1 lap more in the air, and this was the time apparently. So Tope cleaning his lens, making sure last guy to come, actually sprinting back, not letting his competitor wait too long. It's very nice of him. There's already sitting down.
So the pilots are getting ready.
And we will be soon off.
The pilots are seated. The goggles are going down. The race director is checking if everything's okay. There will be a countdown.
Arvin has a last minute problem.
There are some last minute problems from Arvin. I think it might be some video feed problem.
Yeah, there's
okay, everything's okay.
Arvin and Yao has some bad video feed. Let's see if this cleans up. Alright.
Oh, really slow start from Yayu.
Yeah, this is going to be an 8, but already real FPV has in trouble in the tower. And out ahead, Tope actually taking the lead there. Very clean.
Already out of the race.
And Yayu making an error, touching the grass. He needs to shuttle back. That's going to be a tricky one. No, he has his glasses down. This is actually decided.
Are cruising to the finish. The race is off. It's just have to finish this lap.
Yeah, it clearly shows the pressure is getting to those pilots. Being in a loser's bracket, being back to back, this is not easy anymore. Yayu sadly touched the grass. He pushed hard.
Yeah, this might be an advantage from Arvin because he was really flying packs back to back.
Yeah. He was ready to go.
Had a wait in between.
And also Topi, Arvin and Topi both coming from the losers bracket up. And real FPV being a little bit more colder, so was Yayu.
They
maybe
were
that was the
definitely
difference.
hesitant at the start, you could see.
I mean, they had, especially real FPV, he pushed hard and he got an error in very early, right? That's usually a sign of a pilot not just having this slight disadvantage of less immediate stick time. But this is how the race is, right? Especially for the guys from the winner bracket who made it clean through. They currently have the biggest downtime. Yeah. But nevertheless, they have the cleanest path to victory. It is the very more comfy way to win all your heats in order to be in the finals.
Preferred way.
But now we are waiting for the last race of the day. And how nice that we actually got it in. Everybody stayed longer, everybody is ready, everybody is hyped. The whole pilot area is full, everybody is watching.
Yeah, I think some pilots are already tired and some might also be slightly wet because it was raining today.
Yeah, it was against the odds to make this race happen, and it is against the odds.
But getting wet and waiting was definitely worth it to see this final here folding up. Yuki, Killian FPV, Topi and Arvin FPV in the final.
That is an impressive final to be seen. And now, again...
They are trying to add some LEDs to the quads.
Yeah, I think Killian's quad doesn't have LEDs because he didn't expect it to fly in the night. So it gets currently respec with some LEDs.
Our race director is nice enough to have LEDs for everybody, so all the quads can be pretty.
Also better viewable. You at this point you really want your quad to be seen.
Yes.
Because usually people don't like to knock each other out, and being seen and being bright really helps. And choosing the path and going against when getting close to not bump into each other. And the most impressive thing that we haven't here talked about, there's actually a film crew here doing a documentary about FPV racing and drone sports in general.
There were actually two film crews here. The French brought their own film crew, and there was a German film crew here.
And the French film crew doing a documentary about drone racing and the sports and also other stuff in general. And of course closely following the French team here on their path to success. And as we suspected, there's not just one French pilot in the final, there's two. I think. Oh no, actually, I do not know if Topé is a French pilot.
Yeah, I think he is a French pilot.
Yeah, I think he is. But I'm not entirely sure. Could also be a Nordic guy. But I can't remember, and we don't have an overview with the nations, sadly, or anything. We have to go by the pilot names and by our brains to remember. And of course, from all the way around the world, coming to us from Japan, UK FPV, currently he beat a lot of really impressive contests. He was already really impressive.
Yeah, he was impressive in the global qualifier that we ran 2 days ago.
Yeah, which was one of the biggest global qualifiers in the world.
Yes, and you have to keep in mind that this qualifier was heats of 8 pilots, so there was really intense traffic all the race, and that is even more impressive to have to set a time that fast in all of this traffic.
And it's a very good measurement for all the pilots in the world. Even you, if you're listening, you can join and participate in the MultiGP Global Championship Global Qualifier, because all around the world the same track gets set up. Everybody gets 10 packs back to back to see who is the fastest on this track for the year and who is ready to get
or
into
even
pro.
To see who is slower than you or who is faster than you. It's like not only the top pilots like to participate in this, it goes all the way down to like place 600, 800. Everybody who's participating in the global qualifier is happy that he can put a time in and compare himself to pilots all around the world.
Yeah, a lot of you guys, their first event they attended was a global qualifier because it's a simpler track. It's made for it has a limited set of elements, so it's easy to reproduce. It always gets measured and validated that it is down to 2 centimeters precise all around the world, so everybody can rest assured whatever they're flying is the same thing everybody else is flying. It's a really nice thing. And we had one where the added difficulty was because there were so many participants and so little time, everybody needed 10 packs on it.
Yeah, I think nobody is running qualifiers with 8 pilots, but the guys here showed that it's easily possible. Yeah. And even the top qualifying time shows that it's easily possible to fly really, really fast with 8 pilots in the air.
Yes, this is actually one of the most impressive things on this event, that with all 8 videos at the same time, the video feeds were still pretty good.
Den Ben, hol den mal her. Yeah.
15 seconds to the start of the race.
No. Can you wait here? I want to interview you later. Yeah.
All right. There's still going to be a little bit of...
So we have a guest from the UK here, Ben. What is your opinion on this race? Are you willing to give your opinion to the world about this great event?
The whole 2-3 days has been amazing. And there's this Japanese Yuki dude, he's just consistent, doesn't make any mistakes. But if he does, then there's that Killian and the German champ, Arvin, on his tail. So we'll see.
Yeah, you raced on this track here as well. Did you enjoy it?
No, I tried. Didn't go very well.
And
but I fucking loved it.
What took you out? It was the tower, was it?
The tower, yeah.
Yeah. The tower is always taking its toll.
Yeah, that's it.
So thanks for your statement.
Thank you. Cheers.
Thanks for coming.
Loved it. Thank you.
We are still waiting. I think they are doing some technical checks, making sure that that no cell has a slightly higher voltage than is allowed.
This is the race that really does matter the most now. Whoever wins this, wins it. There's no... I mean, there could be runs, but in general, there isn't. Bring it now. or
I see
not
some
bring it
lens
all.
cleaning.
And also some stable
Especially
quads.
in the night, you don't want to have any drops on your lens to get really bad reflections from the light. But we are lucky it's not raining currently, so we will have a clean race.
Yeah, the weather was kind of us in the end there.
There's no wind, no rain, perfect conditions.
Yeah.
The light perfect.
Right,
Pilots are getting ready. The
to the
tension
race,
is rising.
Und der kriegt dann los. Thomas hat rot und der andere hat purple.
There is a massive crowd of pilot that has formed behind this pilot tent. Everybody is watching and all the eyes are on our top 4 pilots. We are waiting for a signal.
Now, the pilots, bring it.
Pilots, arm your quads.
Off we go. Look at those LEDs going fast by each other. Already some prop-to-prop action, as you can hear the noise in the air. Let's see who separates out.
Yuki was really fast off the gate and he is in the lead, followed by Kilian FPV, but he doesn't want to take home second.
Yeah.
But it is too early to take the lead or to push hard because still he don't want to crash out. Yuki in the lead. It is a big lead for him. But Kilian still going strong.
There is one quad is really struggling now, having bad
And
motor sounds.
Yuki is already in the finish line and he finished first. Kilian second, Topi third.
I think Topis with a limping motor going
finished
third.
and Arvin FPV, he still went to the finish line. Arvin, congratulations to everyone.
And there's a smoking motor or battery.
Yes, I think it's just a hot motor that is getting cooled by some rain droplets. I think that motor is definitely happy to be on the ground again.
Amazing showing from Yuki. Like
That
a
was-
rocket ship going
yes,
through
from the
everything.
start, he finished
Impressive.
like a pro.
And even people pointing out this time, yeah, it's insane. 34.566 to 36.959, beating Kilian by more than 2.5 seconds. That's just impressive. That's just in pure insanity. Like, he puts down 10-second left on this complex track. That's like almost global qualifying.
Yeah.
And this is like a way bigger track.
He had a lead from the start. He had a lead. He had, like, on the second gate, he already had a big lead, and he kept his lead all throughout this race.
And that's the end of it. Thank you for watching.